Welcome to episode 9 of Just Dudes Being Guys. I'm Reid, and I'm here, unfortunately, with Dylan Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
So, the other day, I was DDing to, for a couple of my friends.
You've been doing that a lot recently.
Yeah, well, I mean, if anyone needs a DD, just let me know. I'll drive them. Just give me, like, a couple of bucks for gas, I guess, and then we'll be on our way to wherever.
We'll figure out the rest of the night.
Yeah, well, some strange stuff has happened the past couple times I've DD'd.
I don't go to any of these things, so I don't get to witness it. I just get to hear about it. So, elaborate on what you witnessed this weekend.
So, last night I went to Hyde Park Cafe. All the hip, trendy kids call it HPC, I guess. And I'm there.
It's not really a cafe.
Yeah,
there's no food. It's bullshit.
It's just. It's bullshit. I did not. Well, hi, Mark. That's a reference to The Room for any of you who know. And
Tommy, sponsor us.
And those who don't know, it's really okay. And I'm there, and I got a water at one of the bars, and I didn't want to go. Well, I was driving, so you can shut your little whore mouth. And I got a water at one bar, and then I didn't want to go to the same bartender, like, hey, can I get another free water? Because I was like, this might get weird, but that's just me. And so I go to the bar that's in the middle, and there's like 4 different bars, so it's like in the middle main area. And as I'm waiting for the guy to walk back over, some people are like yelling and like getting rowdy and stuff like that. And then this other bartender is a guy and a girl, and the girl's on the far end, and she's walking towards the middle to get like a draft or something. And as she's walking, I just see like a blur of an object just fly over the bar, and I hear a loud crashing of like glass and stuff. And what had happened is, and then like all of a sudden like it got escalated and stuff. Someone threw a bottle at someone, missed him, and went over the bar. It almost hit this bartender. It was. He
needs to work on his aim. He ain't gonna be no major league pitcher.
I know, and it was crazy. And then like this one guy comes over and he's like yelling at him like, yo, what the fuck, and all this. And then this girl and this kind of fairly large group of like college students, she's doing that typical drunk girl like, fuck, what the fuck you gonna do? You can't touch me, bitch, I'm a girl. And like kind of like that thing that a lot of drunk girls do, and it's really annoying because like I feel like
I'm really hoping this leads to some guy just going full GTA 5, just cold cocking her.
No, the fight didn't actually like break out.
It's BAM!
But at least not in the bar. It didn't break out. And so this guy, like, she's yelling and she's trying to like, she's pretty much instigating this whole thing, and it doesn't help. And the guys in that group, they were kind of like yelling back at the guy. This guy's eyes are wide open. Like he is so mad. And the guy who came over, he had like the undercut with like the little bun on top of his head.
God, so the cookie jar.
The
bald cookie jar.
Yeah, it was like a bun like the size of your thumb. And like kind of like a, not really a chin strap because it wasn't like that thin, but it was like, he kind of had a beard, but like, it wasn't like
Did
that.
Was it like an Andrew Luck neck beard? Because that's a serious neck beard, man.
No, it was kind of like a fairly respectable. I don't really want on beards. So
if
anyway,
anybody has a man bud, they're not respectable.
This guy, he's yelling at him. And security comes, and they're yelling at, and they're talking to this one group. And the bartender that was about to give me the water, he just looks at it and goes, "Nope, they all got to go." And I guess he kicked out that entire group because I didn't see him for the rest of the night.
Good for them.
And
we don't need those rowdy type people in our lives.
Well, sometimes you do, because then it just makes life interesting.
It does. But not if you're trying to have a good time.
Later that night, when we were leaving, we ran it. I walked. Words are hard at this time. And the guy is walking out. The bouncer's like, "Oh, what's up, bud?" And he's like, "Hey, you know those group of kids that are driving whatever car?" And like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yeah, I just went over. Like, I fought like 1 or 2 of them. I just beat the shit out of them."
Like such a casual bouncer.
Yeah, and like it was pretty crazy. Like how the guy who was telling the bouncers, it was like the guy with the man bun. He was telling the bouncers, like just kind of casually that, because the bouncer noted. He's like, "Hey, you have a little like black eye or like a little mark that he got in a fight. He's like, yeah, I fought one of the guys, and basically he's like, yeah, you should see the other guy and all that. And I was like, oh wow, he not only was like mad at what they did just in the club and like happy to see him go, he went out of his way to leave the club, follow him to their car, and then fight one or two of the guys, and then just pound the ever loving crap out of them.
That's like being pickpocketed on GTA or mugged and then chasing him down. Just like, no, fuck you. Even though you already have like a couple $1 million, you just want to have that satisfaction,
right?
Of just beating the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny that pretty much every time I've driven, something weird and has kind of happened. The first time, like, kind of not so much. But, well, it's in a different way, but I really don't care to talk about it. But the second time I drove, I didn't really want to go in because I wouldn't pay. The third time, last night was the third time. Luckily, my friend Lucy paid for me, and that basically covered the gas money. So that was really nice of her. And also, she had a break of 50, so there's that.
Yeah.
So the second time, I drop them off, and I go to the parking lot. I go get gas and come back to the parking lot I parked at, and I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, what can I do in downtown Tampa to fill my time? I mean, granted, it was at night, but, I mean, still, it's downtown Tampa. There's going to be something to do. And so I'm sitting there thinking, and then all of a sudden, I see this Mustang just pretty fast, just, like, zipping and, like, weaving through the small parking lot across, like, the narrow alleyway into another parking lot and then out onto another street. And then all, like, 2 seconds behind is a cop car, and it's got his lights on, and then he goes and follows him. And then for a short bit, I went full Nightcrawler and just followed the police chase for kind of as long as I could, and like as long as I felt comfortable doing it without like.
You want to go full Jake Gyllenhaal and get all up in that?
Be like,
get all up in that scene,
and just be like, "Oh, I'm going really fast. I'm not going to do this because that's dumb." So yeah, I don't know. This year's been pretty good to me for DDing.
With the bar fight, I remember my dad telling me a story of a bar fight that he got into. It's a great one. One of the many great stories that my father has. But this one's particularly funny. Only because of how he words his things. He has no filter, as Reid knows. Very relaxed. Unless you piss him off. But I remember my dad telling me a story over spring break. We were talking about, I got back from Puerto Rico, and my mom's like, is it safe there? Did you see anything weird or anything? And we just somehow we got into the topic of how my dad got into a fight with a guy from Puerto Rico in college. And he ended up being stabbed. And my mom goes, Sean, you've never told me that you got stabbed. My dad goes, yeah, it's by a little fucking Puerto Rican. And yeah, he stabbed me in the arm, and then I proceeded to punch the living fuck out of his face. He goes, and the best part about it is, my dad goes, I beat him to where he was unconscious, and then pissed on his head and woke him up. That's my dad, everybody. You come at him with a knife. Manage to somehow stab him. He will punch you in the face until you are knocked the fuck out. And then pee on your head as a reward to wake you up.
For the grand prize you get the treatment of R. Kelly.
And my mom's like, Sean Taylor, don't tell those type of stories to Dylan. And he just goes, oh, that ain't even the worst one. And I didn't want to ask him anymore as to what his type of fights are that he went into. But yeah, that was my dad's fun bar fight.
Dylan told me about it. It wasn't really so much a fight. It was a really one-sided altercation of his dad. I think it was in high school. Oh, some kid called his dad.
No, some kid called his mom, so my grandma, a bitch. Mm-hmm. And my dad just says, that's not gonna fly, and punched his head into a drywall. Mm-hmm. In high school. Now, given in high school, my dad's like 5'8", like 130 pounds. Scrawniest little motherfucker out there. And he just fucking said, no, that's my mom! Right into a drywall. That's all. But he doesn't really like getting descriptive with his stories because he thinks it's going to scar us as children. But I'm 21, so I think I can hold my fight stories.
And also, like, whenever he's telling the story and he's like, I don't want to, like, and he's not being too detailed, he's like, Dad, you should go into detail because that sounds fucking awesome.
He also has this nickname called Possum. And my mom doesn't know what it means. I don't know what it means. My dad says I will carry that to my deathbed, that nobody knows what that means except for me and a close group of friends. So, Dad, why are you called Possum? Please tell me that. Yeah. Oh, and then there's a fight that I remember from high school, since we're still on the topic of fighting. It wasn't really a fight, but we were in PE playing wiffle ball, and this kid got really pissed off at the guy on deck and just went at him with the wiffle ball bat and just beat him with the wiffle ball bat until the PE teacher had to come over. My PE teacher is like 70 years old, so he took his time walking across the gym, letting this kid just beat a child with a wiffle ball bat.
Stop doing that. Oh, damn, I gotta get the walker.
My high school is so crazy. You can learn about that on episode 8. But.
Yeah, I mean, I never really got into fights as a kid, or really even now. So up until now, I've never really been in a fist fight. I'm usually pretty good with either just walking away because it doesn't really mean a whole lot to me to actually get in a fight over something, or I wind up using words and doing like something somehow. Magic, wizardry,
that's something.
Type thing.
I've only been in one fight, and it was literally we did that like freeze frame of Rocky and Apollo like in the gym, just straight on, just hooking each other.
Right.
Yeah, we just did that once to each other, and they're like, "Yeah, this sucks," and we stopped instantly. We both got detention for like 2 days, but
yeah,
it was a mutual agreement of we shouldn't have done that. But we still hated each other. Yeah. It was fun. That also reminds me. My brother always told me. He told me right before college. The best way to defuse a fight, or if you're being mugged or anything, is to strip down naked and get on all four and moo like a cow. Like, do the most obscene thing possible to make them be like, I don't want to touch this crazy naked person.
Yeah, that would do it. That would actually do it. Just someone's like, give me all your money. Like someone's like, ah! And then like throws off all their clothing.
Hulk Hogan rips the shirts off. Hey, brother.
Oh yeah. And then just starts.
No, like I honestly think like if I was being mugged in Tampa, I'm just going to literally strip down naked as quickly as I can and start acting as crazy as possible. I think that's a solid way to get out of being mugged or being in a fight. Nobody wants to fight a naked person.
That and just shy of like you stripping down all like naked and just start jerking yourself off, staring straight into his eyes.
It's like, hey man, how's it going? Oh, it's sunny outside.
Give me all the money. Oh yeah.
Say it to me dirty.
I mean, I'm not really promoting that strategy. I'm just saying that'd be.
But if it comes to it, beating your meat in public might be one way to go about getting out of a fight. I mean, I know homeless people probably do it all the time underneath the bushes, but if you have to join the ranks, join the ranks.
This podcast has gone downhill.
Never. No, this is
bullshit. I'm not convinced.
We're growing, man. We're getting to that peak. We're gonna have our magnum opus moment soon. I really hope it doesn't happen though for a while. It peaks at episode 12. Well, shit, everything else is downhill from here.
Well, okay. This is about as good as it's gonna get.
There was I told you the magnum opus joke that I heard online. From another podcast.
You did.
It's great. If you guys have never listened to the official podcast starring Kaya, Critical, Andrew, and Jackson, they're all YouTubers. I highly recommend you guys go listen to them. But Critical, also named Charlie, he he has this thing called his magnum opus of jokes. And I think it's a fantastic joke. I honestly laugh at it every time he says it. And he goes, so I was going down I-4 with my girlfriend, and we passed a place called Boardwalk Burgers. And I go, Boardwalk Burgers? More like board burgers, because they're not having any fun.
Yeah,
I think that is the funniest fucking joke I've heard in a long time. It's so mundane, so stupid, that it's hilarious to me. I love it. It's a thinking man's joke, as Charlie likes to say.
No, it's not. It's not a thinking man's joke.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's just, every time I've heard that told, like when he was telling me the story, because I was in like a car ride when we were on a Taco Bell run, he told it to Spencer. Every time.
Spencer giggled.
No, every time I hear it, I was like,
See, but Spencer giggled, so he has a sense of humor. You obviously don't.
I guess. I mean, if you really... Says... I mean, I had that quality dad joke last week.
Yeah, dad jokes are the best.
With queso. Dad jokes, terrible puns, and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty good on. Huh. English I'm not good at either.
I told Reid, though, that I have a magnum opus of jokes. And it's not really a joke, it's just more of like a zinger that I throw in there at the end. Because Spencer was gone one weekend. No, we were all gone one weekend.
No, we're leaving for spring break, I think.
No, it was before that.
We're leaving for a break.
Yeah, I think it was some break. But it wasn't spring break. But it was some break. And Spencer had the room for himself for like a weekend. Oh, it was us coming back from Georgia.
Was it?
Yeah, because it was just for one weekend and we came back.
I guess. Anyway, it doesn't...
But we let Spencer have the room for the weekend. I go, man, you know, with us being gone, you and your 60-inch high-definition TV can have all the primal ball-slapping porn you can think of. And the zinger is primal ball-slapping. And, like, I just think that's one of the funniest zingers I can add to any type of joke.
Just add it to, like, any event. Just like, hey, come to this event, we're going to have blah, 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 and some primal ball slapping.
It makes everybody giggle.
I mean, that makes me giggle a lot. And, like, if it's in the right context, it'll make me laugh a lot more.
I hope it's not my magnum opus of jokes, but so far it has been my peak here at college. Because I don't really come up with original jokes. I guess you could say whenever I was on Yik Yak, I had some pretty good ones.
It's true. You did. You did have some good ones.
I did have some good ones on Yik Yak. I miss those days. Yik Yak is dead. We need to bring it back. Just kidding. It never needs to be brought back. That's an awful thing in the world.
Quick shout out to the some of the girls on the women's soccer team and 2 guys on the men's soccer team.
You guys beat us tonight.
For being cool. They beat us by 2. They weren't jerks. So they're like, ooh, we're on the soccer team and we know what we're doing. We're good. And then they weren't about that life. So kudos to them.
Good sports for them. Good sportsmanship. Yeah. But I found some of my Yik Yaks. I think they're grade A stuff. This is from freshman year. So very, I don't know how you would say it, very undercooked freshman mind. Very underdeveloped. There you go. Underdeveloped freshman mind.
Undercooked. Can you return this brain? It is rather uncooked.
It is pretty raw.
I did not order it raw or rare. I ordered it medium well done.
Okay, one of these, it got 84 upvotes. I think that was pretty great. I don't get all the Greek versus Greek hate on here. Personally, I'll eat any type of yogurt.
It's a quality one.
It's a quality one. It's a thinking man's one.
If you know what yogurt is, then you're going to get the joke. If you never heard of yogurt in your entire life, you're like, I don't fucking get what this joke's about.
Got a 2% in my first math quiz. Now my professor refers to me as milk.
God damn it.
These are great. My 14-year-old internet girlfriend said she's an undercover cop. How cool is that for her age? You probably met her on like Backpages or Craigslist.
I think, yeah.
Sucky, $5.
God damn it. Oh, fuck.
According to this one's one of my personal favorites just because it's just so blunt and out there. According to my Nike Fuel Band, I have jerked off 3.2 miles today.
That's for some people. I think that's too real.
Yeah. All those people up on, like, Marion, they can't ever get any action all the way down here on main campus.
What's worse is, like, at Marmion. It's like Marmion, and, like, it's Marmion, but, like, even more specific, the introvert, more specifically, like, that nerdy kid that sits in the back corner of the room that nobody really talks to. More
specifically, the kid at the far end of the hallway that nobody really goes and talks to. I'm sorry for pointing you out, but...
More specifically, a kid named Dylan Taylor, and...
It's only been 2.5 miles today, man.
Wow.
I've upgraded to a Fitbit, not a Nike Fuel Band.
Oh, okay.
Because Fitbits also cover calories burned.
Well, I mean, you kind of want to know how many calories you burn. That's kind of important. I can see why you want the upgrade.
Is it calories burned or calories shot?
God. What do you do? Shoot it on like a scale or like a
no,
little scanner,
no.
and it's like, and then just
you gotta think. You gotta think
scans it, and then it's like, such and such, and then like it does like an analysis based on
you gotta think of it as protein. Protein's calories. Calories are being shot out of your dick.
That's what I'm saying. Like you shoot.
Yes, I put it onto a fucking digital scale and like, oh, today I burned 2 calories. Hot damn.
Yeah,
God in heaven.
Like it has all this information to calculate how many calories it actually is.
Another good one. Enjoy the little things in life, babe. I told my girlfriend that while I was pulling my pants down. Hey, self-awareness of you having a small pecker is a great way to like, this is what God gave me. You just gotta work with it.
Just so you know, it's gonna be an acorn glued to my pelvis when I pull my pants down.
That's not even a micro. It's fucking a nano dick. This one I actually do remember happening in class freshman year. We were in I was in health. That's in health class, choosing wellness, and it was a very sketchy looking guy. Had a really patchy beard, long hair, and just had an overall weird vibe to him.
Right.
And the guy opens his laptop and porn was blaring. He smiled and casually turned it off about 30 seconds to moans. Yeah. He was winning so hard.
No, there's actually...
Like, he literally opened up his laptop to take notes, and he forgot to close his porn browser.
Or
and
just turn it on mute.
And the thing is, choosing wellness was at 8 a.m. This guy was up early to make sure he got his day going right.
I mean, especially if you want to assume that like he took a shower and like did a whole like
so he's
morning
been up
thing.
Since at least 6. If you're thinking of like take a shower, eat breakfast, get ready, have his little wanky session.
No, there was a time. It was actually in a religion class.
Oh no!
This guy he's from the Middle East somewhere. It's probably Saudi Arabia, and he comes in late because a lot of them do that, and he just literally walks in, sits down in the back, a couple seats from me, and he goes to open his phone to check on something, and just as loud as his phone could be, just straight blaring moans. And
man. He had no shame in that either.
In the middle of the entire thing, probably in the middle of the video. No, it was starting up. It was doing like the opening, like dumb credits, I would assume, of like a video. And
welcome to Pornhub Premium.
No, it had like some weird ass intro, and it was like
it was probably some like live leaked shit. That stuff straight from your smartphone.
But like it was like some weird intro. I can't even describe what it sounded like now. And then just almost went straight into moaning.
Wow.
And all that, and he just like had this like smirk on his face, closed it, and all his like friends kind of like turned around and looked at him and laughed. And it was
I would have just given him like a quick just thumbs up and say, like, it's okay. Don't feel bad.
It was like a solid...
This is America. We're okay with that.
It was like a solid... It was a very good way to start the first, 5 minutes of class. And, it was funny is that Theodore, who was the professor, he was unfazed. Like, he wasn't really fazed by it at all. He just... I don't even know if he heard it. He just...
He's so into his Bob Marley morning sesh.
If he did, then he was just Like,
he's just like, yep, let it happen.
Okay.
It happens.
Moving on.
Another one. You're hungover when the glare from the cream cheese on your bagel is too bright. I feel like that happens a lot here at St. Leo.
I've never been that hungover. I've only been hungover once.
Every Saturday, Sunday morning. I don't think they go towards like the little like fruit yogurt station because they know that's too bright.
Yeah.
It's like Spencer whenever he wore his sunglasses inside. I wear sunglasses inside because my future's too bright.
Apparently, it's also like people have also said they wear sunglasses at night because their future's so bright. I got criticized the other day for when I was talking to a friend back home, and they said, "Yeah, that's not how the saying goes." And I said, "Well, I've only heard inside, so sorry."
This one didn't happen to me. I just thought of it off the fly. Asked for 50 condoms at the register, and the two girls behind me laughed. I turned around, looked them dead in the eyes, and said, "Make that 52."
It's a bold move, Cotton.
You know, as my saying is, you gotta take shots to make shots. And if you don't take any shots, you ain't getting those 52.
You might not get 50.
You might not even get one. You're just stuck with a right-handed Rhonda for the night.
Hey, maybe you might cheat and go over to whatever. I don't even know what you term the left hand.
Linda.
Lefty, Linda.
Yeah, I always give them really bad names. I don't know why. Not speaking for myself.
Why? So you don't get attached to them?
It's like fucking Rhonda. Oh God.
I don't want to attach feelings.
Linda, I just don't know anymore.
I'm just using you for sex.
This is a strictly NSA relationship, no strings attached. But I'm attached to your body. Damn it, Rhonda! Oh God, this has turned into masturbation.
Yeah, this episode really went downhill. Again, it started going back uphill, and then I was like, nope, we're gonna tank it. We're gonna tank this episode.
There was something I saw on Reddit. It was great. It was a shower thoughts, and it was you know what's something that's really underappreciated?
What?
Toilets can flush water without using any power.
Yeah, it's physics, man.
That blows my mind. It's just boom, and it's just gone.
It's just water pressure.
I know.
And pressure and physics and all that.
What are some other? I'm trying to think of some other things that are underappreciated that people just wow, why is that there? Blankets.
Well, actually, for both of those qualities, they're both underappreciated. And why is that there? Well, me.
Why are you here?
Why?
Why?
It's why are you here? I get why everyone else is here. They want to get smart in education. Why are you here? That's never going to happen. But I don't know. I don't really think about stuff that's underappreciated. I mean, I usually think most people at the cafe, they give me food. I'm like, oh, thank you very much. Actually, I pretty much always say
the
awesome.
The calf has
thank
been
you very
sucking
much.
People's energy out, man.
Oh, that's one. It's like a
it's a fucking black hole in there.
Yeah. So Charles the
Charles the pirate.
Yeah, who I want to be a pirate. Mentioned that in a previous episode. Normally, he's got some swagger to him. Sometimes he's not the most peppiest, sure, but today it was someone just sucked all the happiness and energy out of him. He's just head drooped down, just
that was for
slogging.
That was for everybody today,
and slogging around, just scooping the thing. You know, the stereotypical elementary school. Here's your potatoes. Here's your mush. Now get the fuck out of my sight, you little worthless brats. We're only in third grade. Shut the fuck up and get out of my line.
I need to have a smoke break in 20 minutes.
But we just opened. I don't care. I'm taking a smoke break now.
Roger.
It was just that. Just picking it up and they weren't plopping it down. So they weren't full on.
It's I don't want to be here.
100% misery, but it was kind of close to where they would scoop it and put it there.
Even the lady at the Asian station.
Yeah,
she was down to. And Jay, what's his name? Jay Moon.
I don't know.
Whatever. We have an Asian guy in the Asian station. Stereotypical, I know. He makes some bomb-ass noodles.
He knows how to work the wok.
But, like, whenever he first came here at the beginning of the year, he was very peppy. And now the second half of the year, he just seems like, I don't want to be here.
Right.
And, like, this semester alone has sucked out the entire energy of the calf. And, like, the calf doesn't have any energy to begin with.
But,
like, the workers there just don't even, like, want to be there anymore. The only people that want to be there are Meg, Nina, and the black lady that works the salad line with Meg.
Yeah.
Those are the only 3 people that want to be there.
Well, I mean, I think on last Tuesday they had a fairly big meeting for the Lions there, which is like a little convenience store sort of, and has a grill, and the calf. And I guess they closed it down, and like everyone went up and they had a giant meeting. And I think it was after that it was like they wanted to like.
Yeah, because the calf usually closes. Like, the calf doesn't close until, like, 3:30 or 4 for, like, the lunch. But, like, obviously, like, all the main stuff's gone by, like, 2:30.
Right, but,
like they leave the...
they
leave, like, the yogurt bar, the sandwich bar. Sometimes they leave some pizza out.
Right.
But for the most part, it's just get your own stuff and get out. But, like, they closed at, like, 1:45.
Yeah.
And, like, that is, like... Because there's 2 lunch breaks at school. There's 11 to 12:30, and then 12:30 to 1:30. And then maybe some scragglers afterwards, like some athletes. But, like, they closed it. Like 2 hours before they should ever close it.
Locked it. Like, locked the door to, like, get in.
And there was probably... I mean, I wasn't there. I went and ate lunch earlier. But there was probably, like, a good amount of people that were like, I need to go eat something.
Yeah, like I actually got out because on Tuesday, Thursdays, for some reason I didn't schedule myself a lunch because I'm smart, and also consequently because I'm smart, I went to St. Leo, and so I'm like, I get out of one of my classes early. I'm like, great, I got out of my class and I didn't have the class after that, and I was like, sweet, this is awesome. I'm pumped. I'm psyched. And let's go eat.
It was a great food day too. It was buffalo chicken pizza,
which is the best pizza they have.
And they had...
And I get there, and
like black bean wraps. They had nachos. It was a really good day for lunch, surprisingly. 1 day out of a month.
Yeah, and then like I get there, and then people are like kind of walking up to the counter, and they're just walking around like, oh, what's going on? And then like I saw the lair door was actually like pulled down, and I was like, this is really weird. And I get there, and there's actually like the deadbolt between the 2 front doors, like where you swipe in to go, and They like legitimately closed it down. Like, yeah, it's closed. We got a meeting. I was like, the hell? Why would you do it then? Like, why don't you like
do it at like 3:30, like 3 or 3:30?
Yeah, do it when
let the cookers cook their stuff,
and then when you're done for lunch,
all of the main people do it after the hustle and bustle of everybody. Because people still come. Like, I've gone in there at like 2:15, and there's still a shit ton of people in the calf.
Right, and when lunch is officially over, they just lock the door and then allow people who are still there to eat their food, enjoy all the stuff that's there. Because most of the time, and then just walk out.
Because most of the time they just have a meeting while in the calf's unlocked.
Yeah, that's
they
another
just
thing.
Sit at like a big round table and they just have their meeting.
That's another thing they had.
And usually people don't sit by them, and they go sit in a different section of the entire calf, or they go sit outside. It's like.
Yeah,
what's wrong with doing that? Go sit in your meeting corner. Let everybody else have food. That's why people don't like the food and take food out.
The meeting before, they sat at a table, and like Dylan said, nobody was around them. Nobody really cared to sit near them because people actually like sitting at like their own table and not have to sit at a table with someone else because communities want to our core values.
And we preach that so hard.
And actually, my professor had given up on for papers,
putting stuff in. Write about St. Louis community or
incorporate one core value. But anyway, so back to the main point. So they had the guy in charge of the calf and 2 other people that are a guy who's in charge of the Lions layer, the guy in charge of the calf, a lady who's an assist, helps with running the calf, and then one this head chef of the calf, and then I think the lady's in charge of the entire food program thing, and they're just sitting down and talking about stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah, and then they become super, super, super stingy on taking food out. I can't even take a damn cookie out of the calf. Which is the worst. It's a cookie. It's worth like 2 pennies. Do you want 2 pennies? I can go get you 2 pennies.
Yeah, and like I don't know if I can take a cup of tea out, but I'm not gonna like. I mean, I could just push the button and just be like, oh yeah, so sorry, didn't realize that.
A styrofoam cup is worth you yelling at me.
Yeah.
Because like I was sitting at lunch with Spencer outside, and this kid on the lax team took out I think it's either a burger or like a wrap that he had made for him.
I would assume a wrap.
And he was going out, like he walked out of the calf with it, and like the head calf guy, like literally just bolts after him and like chases him down. He goes, "Hey, you can't take this out of the calf." And the kid's like, "I have a 5-meal plan, and I am about to go to practice. I don't have time to eat. I have like 5 minutes." And the guy's like, "Doesn't matter. You either got to eat it inside or throw it away." And the kid goes, "Okay." And then Gronk spiked the wrap at his feet and then walked away. It was pretty badass in the sense of like, I don't give a damn what you say. And like, complete disrespect at the same time. But like, that's what the school has done. You can't take out any food or any drinks, regardless of how big or small it is. Now, I agree, you shouldn't be able to take out a burger or a wrap. That's a little too much. But like, cookies, a cup of yogurt, maybe some French fries, maybe. And like a bowl of ice cream. You can't even take out a little styrofoam bowl of ice cream.
Or even like a styrofoam cup.
It's stupid. Like, so many people would, right, as soon as they dump off their trays, well, not trays, their plates and stuff, they go back and get a little plastic cup and fill it up with like the slushy. And then leave.
I used to have a cup of ice cream a day.
Yeah.
Like, a cup of ice cream a day lets the diabetes to stay.
And like, people would always get a slushy, and now they don't, because nobody can leave the calf with food. School's slowly becoming more of a dictatorship.
Yeah,
I'm glad I only have 1 year left.
Hey, I mean, it is what it is.
Yep. That's always great. Thank you, St. Leo, for the great experience of college.
Yep. So you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. You can find Donald Trump on Twitter. You could probably find your neighbor on Twitter as well. A lot of people are actually on Twitter. It's kind of it's pretty big these days. So find whoever you want on Twitter and follow them.
Yeah. But some more specifically, you can find us on Twitter at JDBG Podcast. You can also do that for Facebook at facebook.com/JDBG Podcast. Go subscribe. We throw up some random stuff that we Snapchat of each other sometimes.
Yeah.
Mainly it's just updates of like what's going on, where recordings are going to happen, and all that type of stuff. You can follow us on YouTube at Just Dudes Being Guys. SoundCloud, obviously here. No clicking. You can find us on iTunes at Just Dudes Being Guys. I'm trying to think of anything else that I have. You can follow me on Reddit at Grab My Squatch. It's a great tag.
Yeah.
But, try and hit us up on there. Next week, we hope to be doing our 10th episode in the school's recording studio. So hopefully we'll have some better quality stuff for you guys in terms of audio. Not in terms of what we bring to the table, because it's pretty fucking great, let's be honest.
And you can find me on Snapchat at _Red41.
Is that really your Snapchat? I don't think that's your Snapchat.
Yeah, it's THE _.
No, it's not.
RED41.
No, it's not. I thought it was Southpaw 41.
No, I looked at it just now just to make sure. Because I made it when I was around the time when I was working in high school with a friend, and he always called me Red, partially because it's Reid with if you drop the I, and also there's a song by Chevelle called The Red, and that's a song that we play every now and then, or like kind of just
holy shit that we
know. And so yeah, the _Red41. Yeah,
follow him on Snapchat. In my Snapchat, I'm limited to Wi-Fi because I broke the phone. But fun stuff. I think my nose is getting plugged in. That's not great. Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you next week, and go buy a box of Pop-Tarts.
Not the brown cinnamon kind, because brown cinnamon sucks ass.
Well, you can go down home.
No, you get the s'mores ones. The s'mores are the best.
No.
Yes. S'mores are wild berry.
They're up. S'mores is up there for good ones, but why are we doing this? We should do that.
No. S'mores or wild berry. Your brown sugar bullshit is awful.
It's not.
I'd rather eat
cinnamon.
I'd rather eat plain cinnamon than brown sugar.
The
And that
cinnamon roll one.
awful.
The cinnamon roll one.
I've never had a cinnamon. I had the A&W root beer one.